The day my husband found out he had a terminal illness, he finally made up his mind to divorce me. He told me he had spent our entire marriage just getting by, that he only had 3 months left to live, and he wanted to spend that time with his true love. I stared at the voluntary forfeiture of all assets clause, my fingernails digging into the edge of the paper until they left red crescents in the skin. 3 seconds later, I picked up the pen. I suddenly remembered that only 30 minutes prior, my doctor had called to tell me his terminal cancer diagnosis was a colossal mistake, a lab mix-up. He wasn't dying. Let's get a divorce. Please let me have this one last wish, Elias said as he handed me the documents. His eyes were calm, his voice heavy with manufactured gravity. I froze, the words sinking in slowly. Your true love? What the hell is that supposed to mean, Eli? Elias wore a crisp white linen shirt and beige chinos, not a day over 30, nothing like a man at death's door. He still looked every bit the refined, handsome literature professor I'd married. He looked down, tracing the table's grain. My life is on a countdown now. There's no point hiding the truth. 3 years into our marriage, I met a grad student. We spent hours discussing Keats and Plath, spoke the same language intellectually, spiritually, nothing like the grocery lists and utility bills we talked about. With her, there was resonance, a soul-deep connection. I fell for her, but I was married. Out of duty to you, and her guilt over us, we ended it. We stayed friends, never crossed the line again. Our time together was just poetry, philosophy, the meaning of life. He looked up, locking eyes with me. Only with her do I feel truly alive, fully human, not just a cog in domesticity, worrying about mortgages or trying to conceive. She's my muse, my soulmate, a tragedy bound by rules the world doesn't understand. I listened in silence, a sharp, bitter smirk curving my lips. Wow, you can put a tuxedo on a pig, Eli, but it still smells like a farm. Elias flinched, his ears turning bright red. Vulgarian, you have no grace, no depth. Marrying you was throwing pearls before swine. I fell speechless for a second. Then anger cooled into hard clarity. Am I supposed to apologize for keeping your life running? Professor, does wrapping your affair in literary resonance make it a masterpiece instead of a cliche? A flicker of embarrassment crossed his face, but his resolve held. I'm getting this divorce. I won't spend my final days living a lie. He pushed the papers closer. I flipped to the property division. Elias Hale waives all rights to shared assets. Material things mean nothing to a man leaving this world, he said with martyr's grace. It's my compensation, a parting gift. I laughed dryly, thinking of the clear bill of health notice in my pocket. I uncapped the pen and signed my name in a jagged, decisive scrawl. Fine, let him chase his spiritual twin flame. I'd take the vulgar house, shallow savings, and pedestrian investments. Being rich and alone didn't sound like a burden. Elias hadn't expected me to agree so quickly. He stared at the signed papers, stunned, almost disappointed I hadn't begged him to stay. I didn't give him time to process, walked into the bedroom and threw his designer shirts and cashmere sweaters into 2 suitcases. He stood in the doorway, bewildered. Clara, are you really in such a rush to kick me out? Why wait? Every minute you're here is a minute you're not with your muse. We wouldn't want to waste your precious time, would we? I zipped the suitcases shut. Your clothes are here. I'll have a moving crew send your books to your new address tomorrow. COD. Don't forget to pay them. Realization dawned on his face, followed by a sneer of pity. I see. Now that I'm terminal, you can't wait to unload the burden. This is why our marriage was a mistake. You're transactional, obsessed with the bottom line. All you ever talked about was money and chores. You were a waste of my time. He sighed, eyes glazing over. But life shouldn't be a chore. Lila says it should be a snowfall we